It was during lockdown that when I was not doing anything and I started to paint. I'd always known how to draw my life, right? But I started to like see some guys and like I think actually people could actually make a living from this and actually do like good things.
Yeah.
Because what I was used to, what my mind was conditioned to was seeing people hawk paintings in traffic. I'm like, so I now become an artist. If I can't push paint for traffic,
We
God,
just didn't move.
God forbid.
Hi guys. Today I want to tell you about a story of a young man from Surulere, Lagos, Nigeria. One of the most creative artists I know presently. Bro, this guy did draw. Like he's so creative. And the way he started up was really quite different from every other person. Just a very unique personality on his own. To be honest, I'm just fascinated by his personality. I'm fascinated by who he is and who he's becoming. Crazy person. How far big one? Are you ready? Mad. So, how far?
It's foul.
Yeah. Because I know that you're preparing for a show, and sorry to
Yeah.
disturb your whole
No,
your
it's
whole
calm. It's
flow.
calm. I'm honored. Actually.
That's what. That's what. Bless. So I have like a lot of questions, basically, but I just want how did you get into this whole art stuff? How did you find yourself?
And well, anytime I tell this story, I always start like it's the circumstance. I never wanted to be an artist. It was never in the plan,
Yeah.
right? But what I wanted to was I finished secondary school years ago, right?
Mm,
And the plan, like every other person, was to get into university. Yeah.
mm,
So my mother didn't want me to write jam the year I finished. She wanted me to read to the next. So I wrote jam the first year. I picked uni just right. So yeah, whole like admission system, what the process was like late was very very behind. So the
yeah.
drag from the year I wrote the jam into the next year, like after like jam form came out and they wrote the exam, then after the jam processing, then I didn't get in. So I could not like, oh okay, I didn't get in. Let me take the jam that year. I had to wait till the next year. So
Okay.
somebody suggested, write IGMB, then you can get into just 200 level. And I'm like, oh, that's calm. I wrote IGMB, but I didn't register with like a school. I wrote register with these people somewhere in Keja. So in the process again, I
What does
fell sick.
IGMB mean first?
I don't know. Lord, I done this one exam. I don't even know JUPEB. I really don't know. But
I
it's
know
like
you
this A
prep. Yeah,
level.
yeah. I
It's
sorry.
just like like does not take IGMB.
Yeah.
So in the process of like preparing for IGMB, I got sick and I couldn't
Mm,
like start the classes. So when I got better and I wanted to do myself like don't do IGMB, do JUPEB. Because my son wanted me to get into Unilag. And I'm
okay.
like, okay, calm. I'll do IGMB instead. I'll be JUPEB rather. So I switched and I started classes in that year. Then I wrote the exam the next year. I think that was 2019. I wrote the exam and I picked Uni again. So because I didn't write with the actual school, because they took us to Kwara State to write the exam.
Yeah.
So because I didn't write the actual exam, I didn't in the actual school. So what I was also get to us in Lawrence portal for our waiting result closed. So I
Yeah.
couldn't upload result. That one just went to like that. I had to wait till next year, 2020. I was like, you know what, yeah, I'll get the D form and UTME. I'll try both entries. So I got the UTME one first. Mistake I made was that you cannot get two jam forms.
Yeah.
So because I already got UTME, I cannot use the D results like for my GPEP. I say, all right, I wrote the exam. 2020 lockdown came
Yeah.
and lockdown just pushed everything back. So basically, it was during lockdown that when I was not doing anything and I started to paint. I'd always known how to draw my life, right? But I started to like see some guys and like I think actually people could actually make a living from this and actually do like good things.
Yeah.
Because what I was used to, what my mind was conditioned to was seeing people hawk paintings in traffic. I'm like, so I now become an artist. If I can't push paint for traffic,
We
God,
just didn't move.
God forbid. I'm like, nah, but I didn't know that people actually make a living from this and actually like earn good
Yeah.
money and like do very amazing. And like I started to find out, like, oh, so I started looking around like I want to start somebody gave me money to buy my first paint set. They're like
Okay.
very small tubes like this. I was so excited. And that's how I started. I met some people during the lockdown, and it was during lockdown basically started because I was not doing if I was doing if I was doing some because I was a teacher at that time.
Yeah.
So lockdown basically just made the whole world stand still. So that's when I started.
Yeah.
And then I liked the idea, then I pushed. I was still teaching. Then 2021, I was like, you know what, yeah, I want to focus on this thing big time. But I was still trying to get into school.
Mm.
So I was like, I'm gonna as I left because I was staying in the corridor with my mom. So I left
Yeah.
Ikorodu. I quit my job and I came to Iwaya, Yaba, to stay with
Yeah.
my uncles, so that I can continue painting. Because Ikorodu is like far, and
Yeah.
where I get like my materials from are like far from Ikorodu. So I was like, let me just come to town, and I can. So that's basically how it started. That's the origin story, circumstance.
So I just really want to know like about the support system, right? People were supportive towards you. Did your family support you, or did they show you like cold shoulder or something like that?
Nobody really showed me cold shoulder, but one person has really been supportive throughout the whole journey is my mom. All my days. Oh my god. My mom has always been from the moment I started painting.
Yeah.
And I think my sisters too. Yeah, those guys. I feel like nobody was ever like I think it was one of my sisters that I won. Like I remember in 2020, at the beginning of the year, I was trying to save up to buy like actual like acrylic paints, the like professional ones.
Yeah.
And she was like, why don't you start with poster color? Just so like I'm like that's my junior sister. And I was like, that actually makes sense. So that's how I actually started. So my mom has always been supportive. Nobody really like the same way like being an artist is not something that most families don't have artists in their family, so it's not something that
Yeah.
like common that people can just be like, oh, that makes sense. But I remember when I had my first event, right, and I was saying, oh, I want to have an exhibition in the house, and everybody else I was joking. Nobody can tell me they thought I was serious from the beginning. Everybody thought I was joking, and I was like, I want to have an and they're like, okay. When they started to join in and I was preparing and they could see that this boy is actually serious. So, right. Everybody was still moving. Okay, you want somebody? Then the day came and people were shocked. Even me, I was shocked too. But most guys were like, okay, this boy is actually doing something serious. Like this is we didn't expect because nobody expected it. A lot of people came, a lot of people like it was just so my mom has always been supportive. My mom, even when I decided to just pause on the whole schooling, whatever first, and just let's try to push this to a degree first and continue. She never like questioned like, is that what you want to do in your life? Until no. She has always been even though art is not one thing that like it's not like very, very popular. Like it's not
Yeah.
like I don't know, it's not like with doctor, lawyer or whatever. But she never like had any issues with it.
Yeah.
And thank God for Asha. Because if not because of her, probably Aisha had been disturbing me that go and do something with your life.
Yeah.
I probably would have
You'll
not
be
been here.
under more pressure.
Well, to say to me, being a science student anyway, for you to know that, is that he has been a science student all along. But at times, there are things people don't know that we all have this gift internally that God has given us, aside what we really want to be in life. I see the art in him like a gift that he developed along the line when he was in his lone time. And that was like 2020, like being bored. He was just in his room one day. He just took paper and pencil and was like drawing, and he was enjoying what he was doing. And from there, he started creating so many things he puts on the wall. And then he would say, I drew this. That I want to buy marker. I want to buy felt pen and all that. And that was just like a joke. I want to paint somebody's shoes. I want to paint shoes. How are you going to do that? I will just refurbish his shoe, and then if somebody wanted to decorate his room, repaint, and that was how it started.
So when let me ask one crazy question. When did you get your first money?
Hmm. It's
Apart
simply
from family.
okay. It was before before I started. Okay. In 2019, right? So the guys in my area, they have like this yearly party. So they had like these jerseys on, right? So before 2020, I started like I've been doing like little paintings, but not like anything serious.
Yeah.
So they wanted to like paint like put names on jerseys. So there's this thing that is called stencil. You like draws the name on the paper, then you do like a cutout. So you just put it on the cloth and you like dab the paint on it. So that
Yeah.
was like the first time I like made money, right? Because
Yeah.
there were a lot of people wanted to do it, and I remember working till the morning because it was very short time. And
Yeah.
that's like the first time, and I started teaching the next year. So it's just like a progressive thing.
That was 2020. That
Yeah,
is
in 2020, then yeah. I used to try because I love doing it. So I feel like that's one of the problems of this thing because I like I like what I do, right?
yeah.
So it doesn't like enable me to like charge so I'm getting better now because a lot of people tell me your stuffs are too cheap. I remember one time one guy just randomly DM me on Instagram. I was like, bro, your shirts are too cheap. Increase the price. I did not know the guy before. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
and it's like I'm like, I like it. I enjoy it. So I don't really see that the body because I just like
Yeah.
painting. It's just now that I'm getting better at it because I'm starting to know the value of what I'm doing. Right? That's just it.
So can you remember like the exact amount like they
Uh,
paid you?
mm, I can't. Well, because it was not one.
Okay.
It was not like one. It was not like many, and it was not really much. But I mean, it was still something. Yeah.
So did you believe in him when he started?
Um, it started 2020, I
Yeah.
think. Around that time, we was just doing some freestyles then, and I thought, okay, he could draw. I mean, I cannot draw a straight line, but since he could do something, I was happy for him. I mean, I had someone I can bring my drawings to if I have something to draw. So I was happy for him at that time when discovered his talent.
But did you see that this thing could become something bigger than
I
just
didn't
right?
expect it at first. Yeah,
Yeah.
don't I didn't expect it at first. I just saw it as I thought he was just doing it for fun. But when it started, I saw he could do something. He had potential. Like
Yeah,
us.
potential. Okay, but now, like, how much is your
So
biggest, biggest art right now? How much is it cost?
okay, so because I don't only paint clothes. Yeah, I paint
Yeah,
like walls. So I do like murals and graffiti and all of the
yeah.
likes. So the highest. It depends on how you weigh it. That's what I'm saying. It really depends, but
Is there like a price range? Like, okay, just give like a range between this amount and this amount.
hundreds,
100. That's cool.
hundreds
But
to the higher side.
where do you think your art can? How much do you think your art would cost? Like in 1 or 2 years from now?
Uh, I used to say this thing that I could take people that did not patronize it when I was still cheap. They were like, "Oh, it's expensive," and
Yeah,
I thought that's like before,
yeah.
and now it's like higher than when they're saying this is so expensive. So I'm thinking in 1 or 2 years.
1 millions. Okay, that's true.
I feel like yeah, of course, honestly, yeah, because what I'm beginning to understand is like this is actually good. Like my stuff is actually good,
Yeah,
right? And like the more you know that, and you're like, this is actually this one is even old self because it was last year. That was them. So it's just that's the beauty of the thing. Like it just gets better progressively. Like
yeah,
this is last year, and I can tell you that this is old. If I'm to do this exact thing again, it's not
yeah.
for like I like to say it's not pride, but this is going to be a lot better. So it just gets better, and there's
Yeah,
so as long as something
practice.
increases quality, it will get more expensive.
Yeah.
And given that the materials are also expensive too, and the country that we are in,
So how far do you think he has come?
He has come really far. Like
Okay.
really, really far. Like from when he started to now. Like I see old paintings and I see the new ones and they are like a huge difference. He's no longer an upcoming artist. He's not like an artist now.
A real artist.
yeah.
Then your hardest year as painter.
Uh
Definitely not the beginning, right?
the beginning was still calm because the beginning I feel like in the beginning I was the excitement was what was driving me. Oh, I'm
Yeah.
doing this, I like it. So I think really moving from 2021 since when I was still a teacher for like most of the year, so I still had like my salary to look forward to. But from like
You
the
have to give a shout out to your school.
the school, the school doesn't exist again. They packed off. Oh my days. Well, it's gonna be again. Like that was another story on this
Yeah.
side. But I left so so 2021 was still okay. It was still fair. It was not really like but 2022 from the first half, Lord. It was like a very depressing time. Like I'm not gonna lie, it was one of the worst times of my life. Like everything was just dry. Customers once in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And at that time I was very unmotivated. Even like the work, I remember one particular trouser I painted that time. I didn't do it well. I just did it for doing sake. It was still fine, but
Yeah.
I know that it could have been better because I was just tired. The thing was just life was just not life in at that time, and that was 2022. But and it just got better at the end of the year. 2023 got a lot better. They'll say like gaps in the year where sometimes I'm busy, sometimes I'm not. Yeah, 2024 from the beginning of the year till now yeah, just been very, very. I just wonder how next year will be. I'm afraid. I'm also excited.
So we changed location to a field. I think it's Surulere field, like a field in Surulere. Yeah. Sorry about the noise.
What
They
I'm
are playing
thinking in my head.
football currently right now.
Have you switched on your mic? Have you?
So you think like yeah. Yeah. So how far? So why in this crazy place? Chill. Yeah, chill. Have you played football before? Yeah, I used to play football before. How good were you? Very fairly good, fairly good. I never like I don't know. I just used to do it for fun. Never really. I've not played ball in like over a year. Not over a year. That's how I was 31st of December. Yeah, last year. I feel like your family is really supportive and they see that you can actually go super far. But you as a person, yeah, in a year from now, by now 2025, what do you actually think? Like one significant thing that you feel like you want to achieve? I feel like for me, I feel like it's more reach. Okay. I feel like because in terms of like the quality of what I do, I believe very much that I am good at what I do. I don't really don't want to say it because most people might just see it as pride, but I know like this stuff is good, like yeah, this thing is good, right? So I feel like in terms of quality, it's good. So I just feel like what is lacking now, probably just reach. Maybe like by in a year, probably like I have like more reach, like more people will know my stuff and my craft. That's basically what I'm looking for. Have you, apart from Lagos, have you reached out to other states apart from Lagos? Apart from Lagos, yeah, not really, not really. It's just it's just Lagos for now. But okay, okay. But I've had stuff sent out like abroad. Okay. Yeah. I remember is this Kanaga junior guy in Big Brother? Yeah. Okay.
That
Yeah. I feel like that was like one turning point for me. That was very crazy. Yeah. I feel like that was like one like mad step up for me. Because Kanaka was like actually my guy. He's my guy. Right. So and I didn't even know that he was going to the house. He just texted me in December the year. That for gone to rest your stuff and I'm like nah, nah. And I feel like that was like one step. So that's just like one point. So just shows like the possibilities of this thing. Okay. How far it can go, how far it can go, how far the designs can go. Okay. So we just a start. I see 1 minute, I see 1 minute, I see 1 minute. Yeah, I see you, I see you. Yeah. But very, very crazy question. How has love been and how has like social life, let's say social life and love, how has it been with this your work? Social life. What do you mean by social life? Like, have you been going out apart from just working? What your friends, your people? Do you guys hang out regularly? I don't have so many friends. I feel like that's one thing. But I think I just now I'm like starting to go out more. Trying like concerts and like Christian gatherings, particularly because I'm particular about the kind of gathering. But like, this year, I think I did go out more than last year already as it is. Okay. And love is love now. As for relationship love, like when last did you actually like a babe? When last? Yeah. What do you mean last? You know, next question. Oh my dear. But I mean, like, I feel like it's not one thing that you can completely run away from because yeah, you really cannot control feelings all of the time. Yeah. And so yeah, yeah. You have like two siblings, right? Yeah. Two siblings. That's two girls. One elder, one younger. Okay. Were you ever a wicked sibling to your younger sister? Did you used to flog her? Eh, I mean, there are times where one or two slaps. But I don't think I'm a wicked. My sister and I have like a very good relationship. Yeah, my younger sister that is. I mean, my sister, but like we're talking about my younger sister now. Yeah. We are like guys. So probably when we were younger, or maybe, but now it's just more like we're both grown, so we know how to handle things differently. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Is there anything you want? Can you describe your art in like 3 words or like a sentence or something? Ah, or what do you want people to know about your art? Okay, I feel like now I'm trying to be very, very intentional about my art. I'm not just be based on vibes, right? I believe there are like messages that can be passed through the art. Yeah. I feel like it's just one means of expression. Yeah. There's music, there's oral, spoken word, and there's art, visual. Yeah. Right? So I just believe that like there's so much that can be done through it. And I feel like that's what I'm very particular about now. I feel like my next event is like one where like I'm actually like aiming very high with the impact that it have. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to like do with it. Trying to be impactful. right? To
Yeah.
make meaning out of it, not just to paint for painting sake. Right.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. What are people that are just starting off in art? What do you want to say to them? How do you think they should start, or what exactly do you want to say to people that are just starting off and they don't know how to start?
Ah, God. This is a very, very okay. Let me look back and see how I would have handled it if I was starting now and with the things I know now,
Yeah,
how I would advise somebody that's starting. I'll just say start with what you can start with. Just honestly, yeah. I feel like wanting to start very well is good, but at the same time, you might not always have the luxury of starting well, getting the right materials and all of that. So just start with what you have. I started with poster color. I'm not
yeah,
even ashamed. I started with poster color, like the cheap one that they use in primary, secondary school, yeah. Because I couldn't afford like the original acrylic set that I
yeah,
wanted at that time. So just start because honestly, people will not help you until they see that you're serious. That's basically how life is. Most people, because for me, somebody literally gave me the money I used for my first paint set. And if the person could not see any traces of me painting or whatever, the person might not have wanted to support me. Yeah,
yeah,
just start. People are actually watching you more than you actually think, more than you're conscious of. Like I mean, there's a person like I work for right now,
yeah,
but he has like his own brand and everything, and I work for him. And he would text me back then that don't worry, we would work. I mean, I didn't even mean. But
yeah,
basically, from that, I could just put that he had probably been watching me and just been seeing me grow and get better at my craft before he can be like, okay, let me work with this guy. So if you don't start and waiting till you have the whatever said, you just start. For me, I advise like you just sharpen up your drawing skills because drawing is like the principal thing. If you don't know how to draw very well, your art might not really depend on what you're trying to push. I mean, I advise
yeah,
that you should draw first, sharpen up your drawing skills, get faster because the more you do it, the more better you get at it, the faster the easier it is for you to just start. And you want to start, you just start it. And post, put yourself out there. Don't be like me that has difficulty posting. Just put yourself out there. Tell people about yourself. Offer to take free jobs.
yeah,
Take jobs that like the pay is like ridiculous. Just take it. Honestly, because look, it's not that I can be like, oh, this is too cheap, I can't do it. The price is too small. But before I will just take it 1K for one trouser. I will do it.
yeah.
500 naira for a top. I will do it because just start. When you like do better, people are like, okay, this is actually good. I like it. That's how you go. Yes. Just start.
Wow, that's nice, fantastic. One love. Yes.
Thank you, bro.
Timmy, best artist in Lagos right now.
Amen in the name of Jesus.
What year did you see the potential? Was it immediately started?
No. I think it was when he said he wanted to have his first exhibition.
That's when you
That's
saw
it,
the
yeah, I saw the
potential.
potential.
Okay, that's nice. So, how far do you think he has come?
He has come far. He
Okay.
has come far because I have like a trouser that I did for me when I finished school in like, about 3 years ago. I wore the design which day and I was like, ah, to me, this is when you started, and it has been a huge difference. I has come far from there.
But how far do you see him going from here? From how far he has come since 2020?
Um, I see him going very far and wide. I see him going very far. Uh, just like you asked, it's just that far that I pray it could mix high school with it because it's going farther than when we thought it would go into high school. And he has had so many people who are interested in moving with him to expand the business, make it bigger. And then high school must also come. So I'm believing he's going far. I know that. Okay. And then the greatest about it all is that he loves God. He loves anything to do with God. That's just it. Anything to do with God. He doesn't like any other conversations that like not God inclined. He loves
Okay.
God a lot. And he's ready to do anything for God.
Thank you so much.